What's going on, guys? It is Windweave here again from Margaritaville Guild, taking another look at the Warlords of Draenor Alpha client. A video that's been requested several times, and just now having the opportunity to be able to do it because we finally have those level 100 talents again, is the Windwalker level 100 talents. We're going to jump right here in a second. I think the one everybody's really looking forward to seeing is that Hurricane Strike. So we're going to go over these. Should be a short video, but just go over these 3 level 100 talents. Won't be going over all of the changes to Windwalkers right now, but just wanted to show you guys this. So anyway, we've got a couple different choices here. We've got Hurricane Strike, which unleashes a rapid series of kicks to random enemies within 12 yards. It deals a bunch of damage over 2 seconds, and while kicking, you're going to be immune to movement impairing effects and loss of control of your character. Second one is the Chi Explosion. This is one that gets better and better the more Chi you use on it. So you can use just 1 Chi, or you can use all the way up to all 4 of your Chi on this. So for 1 Chi, it's going to deal a little bit of nature damage per Chi consumed, so just for that one. For 2 Chi, it's going to deal even more initial nature damage, as well as 50% additional damage over the next 6 seconds. If you're casting it for 3 Chi, it's also going to give you some Tiger's Eye Brew, 1 charge of that, and then if you're casting for all 4, then it's going to hit all enemies within 8 yards of that target, so a bunch of AoE damage there. So we got all kinds of people testing out spells here, so looks pretty sweet if you ask me. So let's jump in. Let's take a look at that Hurricane Strike. Actually, you know what? Let's use this one. Maybe. Oh, am I still in combat? Is that why it won't let me? Let's do this one. Oh my goodness, get me out of combat. There we go. Let's use Cheese Explosion just because there's no cooldown on there, so we won't have to be waiting. So, replaces your Blackout Kick, if you guys remember. Big hit right there. So if I'm casting it for... Actually, let's cast this so I can only have 1 Chi. So if you're casting for 1 Chi, it's going to just be a little hit, 85k there. If I'm casting it for 2, remember it's going to do 127 and a little bit over time. It's on that target's getting debuffed there. So if I'm casting it for 3, 170k, it's going to deal that damage, and then I'm also going to gain a charge of Tiger's Eye Brew, and then you just saw it, but for 4 damage. Big AoE, 212k, plus the damage over time. It's going to hit everybody in an area. So that's the Chi Explosion, which is going to replace your Blackout Kick. Next up, let's try, what's the cooldown on this? 45 seconds. That'll be the next one to try out. Come on. There we go. So Hurricane Strike. I was really curious as to what the visual of this was going to be. I'm not sure if I like it yet or not. But it costs 3 Chi. Remember, it's going to deal damage over to random enemies within 12 yards. And let's take a look at that here. So, just a looks more like a tornado kick than it does a Hurricane Strike to me. But yeah, you're just going to flip around. If you're doing it near a bunch of enemies, it's just going to kind of... Actually, let's see if we can... Only 45-second cooldown, so we got 20 seconds to go. If you're doing it in the middle of several, little DK level 100 talent there, seeing in the middle of these is going to randomly hit one of these guys as we're going up there. So let's try that out. Get our Chi up. So we get that buff there. See if that increases the damage here. And multiple enemies. Just randomly going to hit all of those. That's a pretty decent amount of damage there. Granted, 45-second cooldown and 3 Chi, but pretty good amount of damage if you can compare that to, so 100k there for my Rising Sun kick, and that was doing like 90k per hit for a couple seconds. It's pretty cool. I like that. Again, I'm not completely sold on the visual there. I was kind of thinking it was going to be like the, what is that? From Diablo, 7-sided strike or whatever that ability is called, or kind of a mesh between that and something else, but definitely hits super hard. You can see once you grab your Rising Sun Kick on someone and then cast that, it's going to be hitting them for a crap ton. The last one here is going to be Serenity. And so with Serenity, I don't even think I went over this earlier, but Serenity, you enter an elevated state of mental and physical serenity for 10 seconds. While in this state, all chi consumptions are instantly refilled. So let's try that out. So I guess you're just going to get your Tiger Palm on there, and then you'd cast it. Oh, it's all chi consumed, so it doesn't give you full chi. But for the next 10 seconds, I can just spam the crap out of this stuff. I don't know. 1.5 minute cooldown? I'm not sure that does nearly as much damage as that Hurricane Strike. Maybe let's try it once more and see. 58 seconds away. Yeah, so just to review while we're waiting on that. So Hurricane Strike, that's going to deal up to, well, right here at level 100, 80 to 95k over 2 seconds. It says total. Seemed like that was for each hit, so I don't know if that tooltip's wrong or not. So, and being immune to movement and impairing effects and loss of control of your character, so that seems pretty cool. Chi Explosion could be good. I see this more as possibly a PvE talent if you need it, because you can pretty versatile for AoE situations, or if just casting for 2 chi if you need to use your other chi for getting another Rising Sun Kick buff up or something like that. But and Serenity, this one, let's take one more look at this one. So it replenishes all chi, so you'd want to cast this with full chi here. Cast that. Oh, it was still on cooldown. So here we go. So let's cast that. So just spamming your abilities for 10 seconds. I guess that's a pretty decent hit there. That's a lot of blackout kicks in a row. I don't know, I'd have to do some more testing to figure out which one of those does more damage in the long run. But there you have it, level 100 talents for Windwalker Monks. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to hit the like button and also subscribe. I'm going to be adding new videos all the time. This is WoD from Margaritaville Guild, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.